Is Richard Gere really coming for Donald Trump? It's not something we ever imagined, but in 2025, that's exactly what's happening. And it's sparking the most unexpected celebrity feud. What caused a peaceful, kind-hearted Hollywood icon to go after a president who has been known for his relentless Twitter tirades and reality TV antics? Gere's words have struck a chord, and this feud is taking the internet by storm. Richard Gere is the last person you'd expect to step into the ring with Donald Trump. Known for his serene energy, spiritual leanings, and advocacy for peace, Gere has long been regarded as the nice guy of Hollywood. For decades, his persona has been synonymous with calm, humility, and humanitarian efforts. Whether he's accepting awards or promoting Tibetan Buddhism, Gere has always exuded an aura of peace. His speeches have often included words like love, compassion, and healing the world. It's easy to picture him delivering a lecture on kindness while balancing a lotus flower on his head. But in 2025, the unthinkable happened. Gere, standing on the stage at a prestigious event, casually threw two words into the mix that no one saw coming: bully and thug. These weren't words typically associated with the man known for his quiet spiritual presence. Yet there he was, in front of Hollywood royalty, taking aim at Donald Trump. The world had never seen this side of Richard Gere before. How did we get here? Well, the context is crucial. At a time when America feels like it's spiraling deeper into division, a week before Gere's unexpected verbal jab, President Trump made a controversial decision that sent shockwaves through the political world. He took actions that dismantled U.S. government agencies like USAID, something that many saw as destructive, particularly in a time when international aid is critical. With this move, Trump seemed to push the country closer to a breaking point, especially considering the mounting tensions and growing divisions in the U.S. But the real question is, why did Richard Gere, of all people, take it upon himself to call out the former president in such dramatic fashion? At first glance, it seems absurd. Richard Gere has built his entire career on promoting inner peace and being the voice of reason in a world that often seems anything but peaceful. Yet, there he was, publicly denouncing Trump. This wasn't some heated exchange on a late-night talk show or a subtle dig on social media. This was an open challenge, delivered to a packed room of Hollywood elites. The irony of this celebrity feud is striking. Trump, the former reality TV star turned president, has made a career out of public feuds. From his Twitter wars with celebrities, like Gere, to his relentless pursuit of conflict in all directions, Trump thrives in the chaos of the spotlight. For him, every insult is an opportunity, every disagreement a chance to further solidify his brand as the ultimate fighter. But Gere, on the other hand, has spent his life cultivating an image of compassion, humility, and quiet activism. He's not one to engage in the petty back and forths of the celebrity world. So when he dropped those two words, bully and thug, on Trump, the impact was seismic. The timing of this public clash could not have been more fitting. Just when Hollywood was preparing to honor Gere with a Lifetime Achievement Award, the event took a turn for the unexpected. What was supposed to be a night of heartfelt speeches and nostalgic recollections of his career quickly morphed into an all-out spectacle. The audience, expecting a typical Gere speech about art, love, and world peace, instead witnessed a moment that no one could have predicted. The actor standing there in his crisp tuxedo, delivering a speech filled with praise for his colleagues and family, seamlessly slipped into an unexpected tirade against the current administration. The word bully hung in the air, followed by thug, words that seemed entirely out of place coming from someone like Richard Gere, for a split second. The room didn't know how to react. Was this a joke? Was it a metaphor? Surely this wasn't happening. But as the gravity of Gere's words sank in, the room filled with a mixture of gasps, awkward silence, and confused applause. The situation was made even more surreal by the fact that Gere, completely unfazed, continued speaking about global compassion, as if he hadn't just completely upended the evening's vibe. It was a move of calculated calmness that only someone with Gere's level of experience could pull off, delivering a slap in the face while somehow keeping his zen composure intact. What makes this moment so deliciously absurd is the stark contrast between the two men. Richard Gere, the embodiment of peace, delivered a spiritual smackdown against Donald Trump, a man who built his career on aggression, confrontation, and cultivating chaos. Trump, who thrives on conflict, probably sat in his golden hotel suite, Diet Coke in hand, ready to fire off a response to Gere's remarks before the event was even over. Gere, in contrast, wasn't waiting for a comeback. He wasn't interested in starting a Twitter war. He simply spoke the truth as he saw it, and the room along with the world, reacted accordingly. When Gere called Trump a bully and a thug, it wasn't just an attack on the president's character. It was a larger comment on the state of America. Gere's words spoke to the chaos, division, and pain that have marked the country in recent years. He didn't mince words about the damage Trump has done to the nation's reputation, both domestically and globally. From undermining international aid efforts to conflating refugees with terrorists, Trump has perpetuated fear and divisiveness. Gere, deeply disheartened by the current state of the nation, felt compelled to speak out, even if it meant stepping out of his usual role as the gentle advocate for peace. The aftermath of Gere's remarks was nothing short of spectacular. The internet erupted in flames. Half the comments hailed him as a hero, praising him for having the courage to speak out against a man who has built his brand on hate and divisiveness. The other half, however, was quick to point out that Gere, despite his stellar acting career, wasn't exactly the authority on politics or leadership. People who had spent years watching him in romantic comedies and dramas were now debating whether Gere had the right to call out a sitting president. As the clip of Gere's speech spread across social media, it became clear that this was no ordinary celebrity feud. This wasn't about personal insults or petty revenge. It was about a deep frustration with the state of the nation. Gere wasn't just throwing shade, he was making a statement about what America has become under Trump's leadership. He called it as he saw it, and in doing so, he sparked a conversation that transcended Hollywood gossip and entered the realm of real-world political discourse. Ultimately, this unexpected celebrity feud between Richard Gere and Donald Trump may seem like an absurd spectacle, but it's a moment that perfectly captures the tension and disillusionment that many Americans are feeling right now. Gere, the unlikely messenger, has made a bold stand against the toxic atmosphere created by the Trump administration. His words, spoken calmly and with the grace of a man who has spent years meditating on peace, have ignited a firestorm. Whether you agree with Gere's stance or not, there's no denying that he's brought much-needed attention to the state of the country. And, for better or worse, that's exactly what the internet lives for.